While a new war in northern Ethiopia is looming, armed escalation was seen on Monday, according to Tigray regional government. Where is Oromo Liberation Army, TDF's ally? TDF, and where does OLA stand now if a new war breaks out in Tigray, in western Tigray, between Tigray, Amhara, Tigray Afar border areas? If it happens, what will OLA do? What is it doing? Because some developments are being seen in the Oromia region of Ethiopia, which could be linked to what is happening or what is going to happen in Tigray in terms of resumption of armed hostilities in Tigray. Just 2 days ago, Oromo Liberation Army offered humanitarian truce to Ethiopian government. No one was expecting that OLA would be offering truce to Ethiopian government. And OLA said that it was offering truce because people were dying of hunger. In a statement, I had a video on that, Oromo Liberation Army said, people in central, western and other parts of Oromia are dying of hunger. There is a drought, there is a man-made famine, and Ethiopian government is using the operation against OLA, the ongoing fighting in Oromia, as a pretext for blocking access to drought-affected, famine-affected areas. Aid agencies are not being allowed to enter the towns, cities where people are in dire need of food aid, and ENDF, other federal regional forces, they are not allowing the aid agencies to operate in drought affected areas. So that is why, for the sake of the people of Oromia, OLA said that it was offering humanitarian truce to Ethiopian government. It was a surprise for me. What we have been hearing is that Oromia's, those areas which are close to the Somali region of Ethiopia, in Somalia, Kenya, they are in the grip of a drought. Southern part of Oromia mainly has been in the grip of a drought. I am not sure about large-scale drought in central and western parts of Oromia. But in OLA's statement, there is mention of western and central parts as well. Why is that at such a crucial time when there could be start of a military operation, start of fighting between Tigray forces and Ethiopian National Defense Force? OLA is giving an opportunity to Ethiopian National Defense Force that ENDF can redeploy its troops from Oromia to Tigray borders. Can we say that OLA is helping Ethiopian National Defense Force? Or is it because OLA is under pressure and it cannot sustain its operations? That is why it is offering olive branch. Firstly, we'll have to confirm what is happening in Oromia. We luckily got in touch with some people on the ground, and they say that yes, fighting has subsided in Oromia in recent days. And Ethiopian National Defense Force has 3 main command posts in Oromia, one in Guji, the other in Valaga, third one in Shua. And reportedly, Ethiopian National Defense Force and federal forces, they have been seen moving back to their bases and units. It means that there is some understanding between OLA and the government. It has been reached, it seems, I might be wrong, but the withdrawal of Ethiopian National Defense Force and federal forces towards their bases indicates that fighting, its intensity is decreasing in Oromia, and Ethiopian National Defense Force will be redeployed from Oromia to other parts of Ethiopia, most probably to Tigray, Amhara, Tigray, Afar borders. Now, next question is it because of a deal between OLA and government? And if there is a deal, does it mean that OLA is siding with the government? And it is siding with the government because it is going through a bad time, hard times ahead for Oromo Liberation Army. OLA was TDF's military ally last year. They signed a security agreement. And back then, TDF was in North Shore Zone, Oromia Special Zone of Amhara region. Both were jointly moving towards Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. Combat drones were deployed, and suddenly TDF had to retreat after suffering losses. And OLA was left at the mercy of federal forces. But OLA managed to survive. Despite several operations, OLA managed to survive. But in the last 2 or 3 months, we have seen now renewed military campaign against Oromo Liberation Army. OLA is fighting back. We cannot say that OLA has been considerably weakened, but it is definitely under pressure. On southern front especially, people say, Sajid, no OLA camps have been destroyed on Kenya, Ethiopia border, on southern front. But what I learned through some sources, their camps were destroyed. And in southern Oromia, one of their commanders was arrested as well. Some say that he is a former commander. He is not working now with OLA, but I have shared his pictures, his recent pictures with OLA fighters at a graduation ceremony. So he's part of Oromo Liberation Army. He's been arrested there. And OLA's operations activities in southern Oromia have decreased. It means that on some fronts, Oromo Liberation Army is under pressure. Not considerably weakened, again I'm saying. And perhaps that is why it is offering humanitarian truce to Ethiopian federal government. But this truce will help Ethiopian National Defense Force if a new war breaks out in northern part of Ethiopia. Because ENDF will be able to redeploy all its troops, thousands of them, from Oromia to Tigray. So, I personally think that OLA TDF military alliance is now just on paper. Practically, they are not making decisions after consultations with each other. It was happening last year, perhaps, when they were operating on the ground together in North Shore, Oromia Special of Amhara. But now their objectives, their targets are not mutual, they are not joint, they have their individual policies. What OLA is deciding, it is perhaps best for OLA, that is why it has made this decision, this offer of humanitarian truce. It has nothing, it is not taking into consideration what is going to be its impact if a new war breaks out in northern part of Ethiopia. So that is how I understand this OLA's announcement of offer of truce. Some people would say that it's a stab in the back of Tigray Defense Force by Oromo Liberation Army. I wouldn't say that. It's not that OLA is trying to weaken Tigray Defense Force, that it is in alliance with Ethiopian federal government or regional government. No. It's because of only what is happening in Oromia. OLA wants a respite because it has been under this operation, target of this operation for months. Its fighters, its bases are being hunted down, and OLA would like a respite in this operation. OLA would like Ethiopian National Defense Force to be deployed to other areas, and things might change. If a new war breaks out in northern part of Ethiopia, after a few days or weeks, you could see OLA resume its operations, its activities. So it could be a way of releasing some pressure which OLA is under, that it is offering truce to Ethiopian government. On the other hand, it is a positive development for Ethiopian federal government, that now it can focus on Tigray conflict. It can relocate its troops to Tigray, Amhara, Tigray Afar border areas. But again, we'll have to wait. So far, Ethiopian government has not officially responded to OLA's offer of truce. But as I said earlier, that their troops, federal troops, have been seen moving back to their bases in Oromo. It means that this truce was announced after some sort of engagement between OLA and Ethiopian federal government. We know that Jawar has been trying to work for peace in Oromia. People have been accusing him that he was working for PM Abiy's government, that he was against Oromo Liberation Army. But after Jawad's Europe, North America, Canada trip, which came to an end just a few days ago, you are seeing that OLA is offering truce. It means that internal efforts are being made in Oromia to put an end to the ongoing fighting there. It's not that OLA is backstabbing Tigray Defense Force, but the military alliance is nowhere to be seen. It was signed last year, and now both parties, OLA, TDF, they're making their decisions without consulting each other. What are the prospects of a new war in northern Ethiopia after some recent developments? In the next, we will try to analyze these prospects. Thank you for watching.